Hello again, everyone. Kevin Lozier, Fedway's Master of Whiskey, coming to you today from Laboratory. We're here at the Fedway corporate headquarters in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, and we're going to talk a little bit today about Old Forester. Now, Old Forester has a very rich distilling history. They're the only family-owned and marketed distillery that's been producing liquid both before, during, and after Prohibition. Now, they produce a rye recipe bourbon. What that means is corn is the main ingredient, the main grain by law. The secondary grain, or the flavoring grain as it's known, as rye. That rye is going to lend a beautiful spice and a depth of flavor. So on the nose for this one, it's got a soft sweetness, kind of a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of citrus note in there. Flavor-wise, you get the rye right away, the spice on the front of the tongue. Behind that, it's got a kind of a sweet, almost an intense caramel note, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of heat. It's bottled at 43%, so it's 86 proof. Nice, long, soft finish, a very well-balanced bourbon, great value, Old Forester. Old Forester has recently released what's known as the Whiskey Row series. Two offerings so far, 1870 and 1897. Now for the 1870, which was the initial release in the series, they took whiskey from 3 different production days from 3 different warehouses, and they blended those together. Again, it's a rye recipe bourbon. So you'll see that this one, a lot bigger, a lot fuller on the nose, a lot more kind of baking spice, cinnamon, clove on the nose. Now, flavor-wise, it's much bigger. It's much bolder in comparison to the 86 proof. A lot more spice on the front of the tongue. It's just a bigger overall mouthfeel, a lot more sweetness, more richness to it. And again, it's got a nice, wonderfully long, soft, warming finish. 1870. Now, the second release in the series, the 1897, this celebrates the Bottled in Bond Act, which was passed in 1897. What Bottled in Bond means, product of one distillery from one distilling season, bottled at 100 proof. So for this, again, it's a rye recipe bourbon. It's aged for 4 years, and it's bottled at 100 proof. Because of the proofing, it's going to be bigger and richer still, and much more full-bodied. Now on the nose, it's got a nice, real kind of a sweet mint note, some soft sweetness as well. Loads of rye, very big, very rich. For me personally, this would benefit for an ice cube or two. It'll soften the liquid up. It'll cut through some of that alcohol. It'll open up some of that beautiful sweetness, those vanilla, kind of a dark, rich caramel note to it with a little bit of ice. And again, it's got that beautiful, long, soft, warming finish. Old Forester 1897. Now stay tuned for more releases in the Whiskey Row series. There'll be more coming out as we move forward. Cheers.